Hasbro's Beyblade X Wave 5 is here, and they have done something so unforgivable, so evil and cruel, that I will be shaking my fist like this for the rest of the video, because what did they do to my boy? Hello everyone, and for this video, this is the Beyblade X Wave 5 2-packs review. I do want to give a huge shout out to my boy MDK Shady, MVP. This shit literally shadow dropped in Canadian Walmarts here in Ontario, so... But if you are excited for the new Hasbro Wave 5, make sure to like, subscribe, especially if you love Bays That Spin. And check out our Amazon affiliate link. This is only for the US side, but I get a little bit of commission if you use those links. So we're gonna kind of just get started, and we'll kind of go with the one that's not as crazy to talk about, but still interesting. This is the Crest 2-pack with Cowl Sphinx. This comes with a defense type and an attack type, and we will open it. Alrighty, let's open it. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. So going over to the part by part, we have our blade, which is Sphinx Cowl. So Sphinx is a release where it has a lot of recoil. I don't really think it can be used well defensively. Probably best used for attack combinations. Even then, I'm not really too crazy on it, but if you can work with it, sure. 180 is a super tall ratchet that pretty much only gets really used for defensive stuff, I would say, but you could find some really weird attack combinations to run with it. It has one big pointer that it's focused on, so it's very good at kind of like these repelling attacks that it can actually do, and I would say it's alright enough. It's probably niche use, but kind of cool, I guess, sure. Gear flat is probably one of the hardest bits to use in Beyblade X. I think in a Hasbro Stadium it does decent because the space is smaller, so it can do more of its gimmick where it's focused on an extreme dash because all the gears are extended to the bottom there. Super hard to control, insane attack power. I think it's an okay enough bit, but very hard to master and control. To quickly explain in Beyblade X, to assemble, you get your ratchet, you just twist and lock it together. If I have a bit that has pretty low resistance, like let's say gear needle, because there's nothing there on the shaft of the bit, it's very easy to, well, actually not for a Hasbro ratchet, but to twist and unlock, it's not that hard, except if you want a Hasbro ratchet, I guess. But if you have a bit like, let's say, gear flat, it's going to be like so much force, because there's a little part right here that gives extra resistance. It's not the end-all be-all, just things to consider. Sphinx fully assembled, looks very beautiful. This is probably the best combo for it, at least better than the original stock combo, actually, because Crest Leon is a defense variant, that of Claw Leon. So pretty much the whole cool UX gimmick here is that if we kind of look at this right here, it's literally built as a wall. So it has a big plastic section here and some metal section. It can be kind of good to destabilize other attackers, and I think does pretty decently. Honestly, the stock combo is almost near perfect. I think the bit is a little bit tricky to use, but I think generally speaking on low height defense stuff with 760, I like Crest Leon a lot. Without it, you could probably do fine, but I think the 760 just adds a little bit more to it, but obviously still experiment to see what works best with it. 760 is probably the best low height ratchet to use in Beyblade X for attack and defense, or at least one of the best stuff. It is super, super thick right here. And what's really good about it is because it's very thick and very heavy, it's great for attack and defense because it boosts it in weight, and these little parts here really help deflecting as a really good wall. It has one part right here that sticks out a little bit more, but overall I think it's really easy to use to boost any real defense or your attack combination to do that much better with it. We have our bit here, which is gear needle. So compared to regular needle, you can see that it's more focused on the extreme dash here. What makes it a little bit tricky is that doing a lot of an extreme dash is very risky on bits like this because they have no real resistance point, so they could probably burst and die. I do like gear needle as a destabilizer bit where it can kind of screw up a lot of like stamina builds, generally speaking. I think it could do good against attacks. Crest Leon looking pretty cool. I want to actually see how this can actually wall on a Hasbro Stadium. It's going to be very funny to see how it can do. Next, we're going to be taking a look at the Pearl Tiger and Gill Shark 2-pack. This features 2 basic line bays, stamina type and a balance type. Let's see if it can offer any cool stuff. All right, let's get it. 3, 2, 1, rip. Close enough. Sick. We get our balance type blade, Pearl Tiger, a 3-sided blade. Now, they tried to say this could dampen your stamina, and then after hit for the attack, and then after shock absorb. All of these actual gimmicks, does it really do it? Not really. The shape is kind of whatever. It's comparable sword drawn. I think sword drawn is just a lot easier to use because it has a bigger wing just to kind of hit into stuff. I think this is okay. I think the best combinations are maybe just like your low height attack stuff. It's been really hard to find a good combo with it. I think maybe on like a 160 build taper could maybe work out. 360 is a low height ratchet. 3 size is generally just really good because it's well rounded off. It's just pretty good to use and easy to pick up, so another 360 is always a bonus. The Unite bit is the funniest bit that they've ever released in Beyblade X, because the whole advertisement is supposed to be like, hey, you know how Point has this protrusion right here? It can be aggressive and have some stamina? Well, Unite can do that. It's going to be basically Point plus taper. What does this actually end up being? This ends up being just another taper, but more flatter, I guess, so it's a little bit more aggressive. It's also, I would say, a little bit harder to use in Master. I think it's an okay bit. No, this Unite does not have any special protrusion on it. Maybe it's like quality control issues or whatever. I think this thing never actually had the gimmick. If it did, even on recent reprints, I haven't seen anything. So Pearl Tiger is a beauty. Hopefully we can get it some fun use in that HASBRO stadium. Hopefully, maybe, I don't know. So we have our Gill Shark Blade. This is supposed to be a stamina variant of the original Gill Shark that we have. This is actually an echo of Shelter Drake, or whatever 80K/Hasbro ends up actually calling them. There are a few differences here actually. For starters, you'll notice actually kind of like a brunt of the wing on there. It's a little bit more curvy there. It's not really as flat with the Shelter. You also notice that they do actually extend the wing a bit here. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be based on the original prototype of Shelter Drake because the innards of it are super, super hollow. So this actually ends up being, what really sucks, a lot lighter than the original Shelter Drake, I think by -3. They hollowed out all of this section, so it really screws with that design because the more lighter you are, the harder it is for you to actually get used. So I don't really know. Now, instead of just complaining, what have I seen that's been really good with this lovely Shelter Blade? So Shelter, if you're going to notice, and technically the same here with Gill Shark, is very, very thin. So what's good about it is that it can actually get in between the ratchets. So I have seen this used, I would say, a lot on some weird defense stuff. Since it can kind of snipe those attackers, it kind of holds sturdy enough. You could use it on attack combinations. Like if you recall what I said with that 760 ratchet, if this is super, super light, you know, an attack combo may be the wave to do. It comes with a ratchet of 470. I don't really like 4 sides because 4 sides has very easy to burst protrusions right here. If you can make it work on the 70 height, I guess go for it. It's not really my cup of tea. If you can use it and win, sure, why not? 70 is generally used on sometimes attack stuff, but a lot of times these kind of defensive builds, and I guess balance builds. Orb is a bit that is very comparable to Ball in stamina. I would say Orb is more defense than Ball is, so you'd probably be using Orb on a lot more defense combinations. I'm only liking it just because it kind of reminds me of the Portuguese flag in colors, but doesn't really have like the right kind of red and orange and kind of green, so it's kind of like almost there. Really a shame on the screwed up design there being hauled. This is basically like crossover weights, which is really sad. It's like it weighs close to drawn, so I'm pretty sure. So I am joined here by the amazing and powerful and talented blader that is my mother. So we're gonna first do a test launch for each of these blades. We got Cowl Sphinx right here. 3, 2, 1, light rip. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a light one just so you can kind of see. So yeah, it goes super wild in the stadium. So you gotta be careful how hard you launch in the stadium. Next up, we have Crest Leon. So we'll see. 3, 2, 1, rip. Okay, it just went in the middle. Yeah, it's a defense type. I thought I could hit the extreme dash or whatever. I couldn't. Next up, we obviously have our Pearl. Rip. Classic Unite just starts dying on itself. Okay, then obviously Gill Shark. 3, 2, 1, rip. This might go crazy, actually. Nice. Okay, we're gonna first do Crest versus Cowl. Who do you want to use?
I'll take this one.
Ready and set. 3, 2, 1, rip. Ooh, and I died! 3, 2, 1, rip. Maybe that was like a delayed. I died either way. 3, 2, 1, rip. Fuck. 3, 2, 1, rip. Okay. It's. Oh, shit. Oh, I see it now. I got hit by the stupid rail of the stadium. Okay, whatever. Well, Alrighty, Gill and Pearl. Who do you want to use?
Pearl.
Pearl?
I
It's
just like
because of the name, yeah. 3 challenge grip.
And because I always win. Lincoln, you'll miss it.
No, actually, I think I'm gonna get this.
No, you're not.
No, I won't. Oh, nasty hits, but I destabilized you so easily. Look at that, easy win. 3 challenge grip. Oh, 3 challenge grip. That was, you went a little crazy there. That was a little early. I think I still get it. I keep getting savage. So now let's try to make up some cool combinations for Crest and Gill and see what they can do. Okay, we have Crest Leon. We're gonna give this 760 orb. Look at that, orb. And this is gonna be against my Japan Rare Buster Drawn 160 low flat. Beat on the grip. I should be able to live.
No. Not with me.
I meant rip. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna win.
No, you're not.
Wall defense, baby, wall. I still died. Dylan rip. Oh wait, no! Whoa! Fuck. Rip. This is the cruelest stadium. This is the cruelest stadium for this thing. Okay, well, if in the Hasbro Stadium it's really tough to use 760, just give it Hexa. 2 challenge grip. I'm literally like, you won't beat me now.
I don't know.
2 challenge grip. Okay, you got 1 KO on me and I got 1 outspin. 2 challenge grip. Challenge grip. Let's give Pearl Tiger here. What do we got here? 160 Taper against Wand Wizard, 960 Bow. 3 challenge grip. Right away. This stadium is really brutal. I actually forgot how like the rails can just kind of like kill you like that. 3 challenge grip. I think that time was just luck because you were doing really good before. So it just doesn't hit that strong. 3 challenge grip. 2 challenge grip. Big one. Oh! So we're gonna first try in the Hasbro Stadium Golem Rock 760 Hexa against the Shark 760 Low Rush. The reason why is because with Shelter Drake that I did, it did really well. So we'll compare Hasbro results to a TT Stadium and see what's the difference. Maybe it'll be easier or worse. 3 challenge grip. 3 challenge grip. So you have 2 points, right? Okay, challenge grip. 2 challenge grip. Challenge grip. Challenge grip. Challenge grip. 2 challenge grip. Come on, you're almost there. Ooh, ooh, a big one. Ooh, can the little fishy do it? I think it's picking up the bait. Come on, let's reel it in.
That sucks.
2 challenge grip. It's mine. No. All right, this is Future Zankye, so what are our findings? So first of all, there is a huge difference between the Hasbro and the Takara Tomy Stadium, which you're going to be getting into. So we'll first go over the Hasbro Stadium and why this works to be decently effective. So first of all, when we actually look at the results here with Gill Shark, around the first 20 rounds that we did, yeah, Gill Shark was having a pretty good advantage just because of a lot of the KOs and extremes it could get. After 35 battles, it started to sway more to Golem because we figured out how to do counter launches against it, basically just trying to make a position where it forces Gill Shark to have its recoil used against itself. So Gill Shark is kind of like this thing in the Hasbro Stadium where, and in general, the Hasbro Stadium does have a little bit more of an ease for a lot of these attackers to get these KOs and stuff, so a lot of stuff kind of gets shifted around. Gill bounces around a lot, and it's kind of good in this type of stadium because it's very easy just to kind of like bounce and get a KO. But the thing is this, in a TT stadium, or it's a much wider space, that bouncing around doesn't do shit, and it performs like garbage. Garbage. We're gonna pull up the results, but it was absolutely embarrassing to actually see its results in a TT stadium. Like in a TT stadium, it will just bounce around a lot, and it wastes a lot of stamina. And yes, I did do the generic 760 low rush, but this is what worked really well for Shelter Drake against it, so... What the fuck? Oh my god.
This is awesome!
That still dies. It seems them taking out the weight on this and heavily modifying the shape to Shelter, where I think Shelter probably does have a little bit more of a thinner ear because they gave more to the wing ear. I thought it would perform similar. I was dead wrong. This is a way worse Shelter. Like, even if I pull up the original video on a similar build we did 760, I did change it. It did not do good. It seems just like it can't really hit that hard. It just kind of gets flung out by itself. But I will encourage anyone listening right now, if you can figure out a Gill Shark combo that is good in a TT stadium, like the regular one, let me know, because I want to do a video with it to see if we can do out some cool wins. So for final thoughts, which 2-pack is really worth getting? I would say Crest Leon, if you're a competitive player, is more of a higher priority because of the 760 ratchet, and I guess the Crest Leon blade. What do we got here? I guess the 360 and the orb on the Gill Shark one. Otherwise, yeah, I guess I do want to try to push a little bit more into the Gill Shark to see what potential I can get out of it. Otherwise, it is what it is. But hey, thank you all for watching. That's kind of it for this video. So I want to say, what's your favorite 2-pack that we kind of took a look in this video for? What's your favorite 2-pack that we kind of talked about in this video? And that's kind of it. I have nothing else. So, Gill Shark fans in the comments, let's get it. Thanks for watching, take care, and bye.